All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is kind of entirely unplanned, but got some got some clarification, not entirely, but some that I wanted to share with you guys about what's going to be happening for you sophomores with the Cambridge tests. Hey, Dinah, how are you doing this afternoon? And it's dinner time. It's a little late, right? Hey, and Chris is here too. Hey, Chris, how are things? Um, I told you guys I'd let you know as soon as I found out what was going on, and yeah, so that's what we'll do here. I'm going to give everybody. I'll keep an eye on the time. It's only been on for 40 some odd seconds. So, hey, Ruben, how are you? So I'll give everybody a chance to log out and join. In the meantime, I already showed you my first face mask. Um, got another, and that one's see look. This one's just lined with red fleece. A little alma mater salute there, and then I got the yeah. I have no idea who Wolf Gamer is. Who's Wolf Gamer? Good afternoon. Let's see. No idea who that is, but welcome, welcome, Ale. How are you, Ale? Dida, you guys. How many? That's an interesting question that I have of you guys. Is how many hours a day do you guys have to spend doing homework? Hey, Jesus, how's it going, man? How many? So a lot of you guys are core. I don't know. I'm curious to see how much stuff you guys get in a day. Angela's here. Hey, Angela, how you doing? Um, I know for me, it's a lot more work to try to put this together for you guys in the other classes than just sitting in class. And I also I feel that your ability to learn from like this kind of remote setting isn't as good as it would be in a classroom. So I think um, I try to shorten things down. I try to have a smaller and more narrow focus on what it is that I expect you to learn in a given lesson, and also how much practice I want to give you guys. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. I want it to be practical and doable. So I'm kind of curious. George is here. Hector's here. Um, and now I got streaming issues again. Jeez. Redonk. Absolutely redonk. Oh well. All right. So here's the deal, boys and girls. You guys probably already suspected that 6 hours straight. Ruben's given up on life. Well, I got some. This stupid connectivity thing here is absolutely driving me crazy. I don't know why it's so bad, but it's pretty bad. So it says right now it's not receiving enough. So let me give it about 15 seconds, and if it doesn't clear up, then we'll go ahead and get to it. All right. Looks like whoever's here is here, and everybody else can just kind of watch it later. So we'll give it to the 4-minute mark to let everybody kind of join in. All right. So Dida says she's got a ton of homework. It's kind of sounds like it feels kind of overwhelming. Hey, Omar's here too. Hey, Omar. So we got here Dida, Chris, Ruben, some Wolf Gamer dude. I don't know who that is. Ale, Jesus, Angela Acosta, Hector, George, Omar. I think I said Omar's name twice. Ruben, of course. Yeah. So all right, we got a pretty decent group of students here so far. Are just I just don't know what's going on with my internet today. It's been so bad. All right, so the bad news is as you guys are smart people, you probably already suspected that that Cambridge is not going to give the IGCSE test this year. So we're not taking the Cambridge test in the spring. What that means is that you won't sit down and take the official test that's getting mailed off to the powers that be in Cambridge University to be graded and all the data compiled, and you get to compare yourself and how you've done and what you've learned with students from all around the world. So to me, that's like, right? It's a huge letdown. And I'll address your comments here in just a second. So I'm kind of reading them, but I want to make sure this is coherent. So, number one, we're not taking the official test. Number two, you will receive grades, official grades from Cambridge this year. That's my best of my understanding. The way that you guys are going to get grades is they're going to base your official grades issued from Cambridge on what I say you deserve. Now, I have to be able to show evidence. That's one of the tricky parts that we're going to have to kind of figure out how to handle. And so I will give them a list of all the students that we're testing, and I will give them a projection of what I think you would have scored. We do that every year anyway. But that's in case you're sick and like you can't take the test, you get the grade that I project. So this year, no test, which really it really upsets me because I was excited to see how you guys were going to do, because yeah, you guys would have killed it. Now, Ruben, rest in peace, my A star. No, I still think I think I can award quite a few of you A stars. I think a lot of you guys would have gotten A stars if we were taking the test. Nobody's there yet. Well, maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 people are there at the A star level right now. Maybe a little more. But I know if we were practicing in class, like, we usually have the routine set up in my classes, you guys would have gotten there. A lot of you guys were like getting D's and you were moving up to C's. Some of you guys were working on C's to B's, B's to A's, A's to A stars, and so on. Yeah, I know, Ale. 2 years. 2 years of work to get ready for this, right? So there's a couple things. There's an option, maybe, to take it in the fall. And I don't know. I don't know if that's really viable or not. It's on the table, but I'm with you, Ale. Really, the only reason. The thing that keeps me teaching is teaching this class to you guys. And it's not because I want you to take the test, and it's not because I want you to get good grades. It's because this offers you a way to see how you're doing. And it's not based on my opinion or anybody else's opinion. It's as legitimate as you're going to get. And so I think a lot of really good things come out of that when you guys work really hard and you develop. And then you see, oh my gosh, we did it. We got great grades. Hey, Angela. Welcome. Time for a U star. Now, Jesus, that's funny. A U star. An ungradable. So, you guys will be getting grades from Cambridge. You'll be getting grades for this class. And tomorrow, we're meeting as a school to figure out. They're going to tell us what we're going to do for grades and whatever, I think. So, I'll let you guys know that in the afternoon tomorrow, okay? But as far as the Cambridge grades, they're going to base their grade off of whatever I tell them I think you deserve. And then they might ask me to provide some evidence. So I need to have some things in place that I could justify. So Jesus Mercado's here today. He says he deserves a U star. So let's say I want to give Jesus a U star. And this is uncomfortable for me too. I don't like the idea of saying, oh yeah, so-and-so deserves this. Another student deserves that. Especially those of you who are on the cusp. Like there's quite a few of you that I think are on the cusp of from an A to an A star, and I don't know how best to decide. So I've got some new software we can kind of try to mess around with. There's no academic integrity. I mean, you could cheat, you could not follow the rules, you could work with each other, you could look stuff up on the internet, you could use calculators when you're not supposed to. I mean, I don't think you guys, I know you guys aren't those kinds of students, but the thing is, when I report it to Cambridge, they don't know. Right? They've already accused us of cheating. They audited us, and that's how you know when you're good. When people think there's the only way they can get those kinds of scores is if somebody's lying or they're cheating. and we need to find out, that's when you know you got it, right? So, I mean, we got a good program, and I hope we have a reputation that when I turn in the scores that I think you guys deserve, that they don't say boo. They don't say anything about it, that they just say okay. So, a couple of options that we can use here, and I do have some records of your previous scores. Paper 2, we haven't done a paper 4 in class yet. We got the paper 2. As far as the paper 4, man, maybe what we'll do, I could do that same paper 4, have you guys do it. I've got some software I think I can use where you guys can just answer on that software. It's not like stupid Google Forms or anything. We'll have to do a trial run, and then I can grade it, and then I can see what you guys would have gotten that year. I think you guys are gonna kill it. I mean, really. But for now, from what I understand, I've got to do a projection, which means I've got to collect evidence of your grades. I have quite a bit from third quarter, and we've got some stuff here in the fourth quarter. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep kind of doing like what we've been doing, and then how you guys do will give me the evidence that I can support whatever grade I think you deserve if Cambridge comes asking for it. Yeah, no good. But I also know this, that if this is like if this is the worst we suffer from this whole situation, then I think we're going to be pretty blessed and lucky. Yeah. So, Dida, as far as you guys having so much homework, I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I try not to do that to you guys, and you seem to acknowledge that. Yeah. Man, so I feel like the rug has been pulled out of under me. Like Ale mentioned, I mean, this is something you guys have worked for 2 years. And it's a lot of struggle and a lot of heartache. Angela wants to know, will your grades be based on your past, like your current semester grade? Yes and no. I want to give you an opportunity, because look, we're developing. We're not, I mean, even like today, we're still more than a month away from whenever we were supposed to take that test. I don't know yet when I need to submit my projected grades for you guys, but I think there's time between now and then to for you guys to continue to develop, and that will justify me being able to give you the benefit of the doubt. Does that sound fair, Angela? Jesus with his U star. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like the rug's been pulled out from underneath me. I mean, we work really hard on this, so I know it's really hard for you guys. Even those of you who do well, you study, you work hard, and when you get kind of lazy with it, it comes back and bites you, and that's kind of humiliating and humbling, and you got to redouble your efforts. And I know that you don't do that for nothing. The grade's not really why you do it. It kind of is. Maybe it is why you do it, but that's not the payoff. The payoff is all the development you get, and all that's still there, but that's kind of, it's not so tangible. It's not the feedback that I think you deserve. Yeah, I guess that's what really upsets me, because I know you guys deserve better than this. It's not Cambridge's fault. It's not anybody's fault. But it's unfortunate. And so, I don't know. It ticks me off. When I found out, I didn't know what Cambridge was going to do yet, but when I found out, I was like, it wrecked my day. It did. It literally wrecked my day. Let's see here. I'm going to read, let me read this thing here. Let's see here. So, Angela says, yeah, I know, right? And so Angela's saying, look, if we just base it on the past grade up to this point, we don't consider, she didn't say it this way exactly, but like if I base your grade only on like whatever ended at the end of the third quarter, I'm not considering your trajectory. And that's a huge part of it, because As I've told you before, like you start off and you take your first paper two, paper four combination, and you're not going to get a very good score. And you get better as you go, and you get better as you go, and you get better as you go. Each time you develop those problem solving skills and those habits of mind that make you successful. You start to see more clearly like the style of how they write and the things they're expecting, and you see some patterns in how they write the questions and what they're looking for. So there's like a bunch of clues and stuff, and we just get better and better and better at it. So none of that's really happened yet. It's just started to happen when we went on spring break. So yeah, that kind of blows, right? Let me see. Hold on. I want to look while I've got you guys here, and that's really all the announcement I have. So we'll get more clarification, and we'll come up with a more specific game plan in the near future. But as of right now, it looks like the official grades from Cambridge are going to be based on what I predict, what I would predict you would get, my suggestion of what you're going to get, and I can't just make things up. I have to have evidence, right? So the thing we're trying to work on is what evidence are we going to have. Now it doesn't change anything for the freshmen if some of them ask you, hey, how's this going to affect mine? For math, they won't take it till next year anyway. And if it's not on next year, then we got way bigger problems in education, right? I don't think that's going to happen, but I mean, and for me, I'm prepared anyway. See, got my Arizona face mask, and my Star Wars one. So look, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can figure out how to give you the second part of that Cambridge test, because we did the midterm, right? I'm looking in the grade book right now. We did a midterm that was a paper 2. There it is. And like, for example, there's a student here I saw that got a 5.8. And I know that a few weeks before that student was getting probably not even in the D range. And so 5.8 is right there. That's really, really close. And then there's like people that got it, like there's somebody here that's got an 8.9 and another person with a 7.9. And yeah, there's quite a few people with an 8.9 in first period. And so those people, I believe, deserve the benefit of the doubt, but I can't just say, hey, yeah, they definitely got it, right? So what I need to do is I need to come up with some ways that I'm going to have you guys demonstrate maybe that paper 4 somehow, and we'll just have to do it on the honor system, and I believe you guys are going to do well. Ruben says might as well redo the entire education system at this point. Yeah, it's a mess right now. Here's what I do have to say for this though. Look, the way things were before, we were used to, and that's gone. We're kind of stuck in a lurch right now. We're in the middle. This is our new normal for now, but it's not going to be our normal forever. Eventually, we'll go back to school. Things are going to be a little different because everything always changes, and with a big event like this, it's going to be different. You're going to be different. I'm going to be different. The way school runs and the government runs is going to be different. Things are going to change, and we're going to get used to a new system. As far as education goes, it probably won't be radically different. It's not going to be like this. We're sitting here on the computer together. But for now, for the rest of this year, yeah, it's going to be completely different than anything we're used to. So we're just going to have to do the best with it. However, I can tell you this much. I know that like a couple of administrators, both at district level and on our site, have kind of hopped in on some of these live YouTube things we've done, and they're really impressed with how you guys are doing. I mean, they thanked me for making it kind of friendly and welcoming and warm and all that kind of stuff, trying to give you guys a sense of normalcy. But what they really commented on is how engaged that you guys were, how you guys were working and learning, and how it was impressive that you guys were, how'd they say? Yeah, that you guys were motivated for the right reasons. And so that's going to keep you on the right path, even through this tricky time. Because here's the deal. When we come through this, everybody's coming through it, right? So we're going to come through this at the other end, And a lot of people are going to be worse off from it because they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything to help themselves be better. Or we got people that are. And so we're going to come through this on the other end. We're going to be better for having done good things for ourselves and having worked and tried to learn and all of that kind of stuff. So I know it's super frustrating and dejecting. And, one thing that we can offer is if you guys want to have like more of a back and forth conversation about it, later this week, maybe tomorrow in the afternoon or something, we can do this over Google Hangouts so we could actually communicate a little better. But yeah. So to summarize, we're not taking the official test this year, right? As far as whether we could take it in the fall or not, I don't know. The door is open on that as of right now. As of right now, they've told me that the way you're going to get assigned a grade, and this counts for like your Grand Canyon diploma, all that kind of stuff, the way you're going to get your grade is based on my projection. So I'm going to say, here's what I believe Dida would get on her paper 2, paper 4 combination, right? And that's a little tricky because quite a few of you almost got an A on the paper 2 you did for your midterm. And that was almost 2 months ahead of when we're actually taking the test. So you're going to have a huge improvement. So I don't think it's too much of a leap to say if you almost got an A, like an 89, if you almost got an A on the paper 2 in the beginning of March, I think it's fair to say you would be fighting to get an A star in the beginning of May. You have 2 months of preparation time. So the trick is I've got to collect evidence of that so I can give you the benefit of the doubt. And if they come asking for things, I can give them irrefutable evidence so they can go, I got it. Do you see? So it's going to be really important that we stay active, we stay involved, that you guys continue to work and continue to learn. I'm not going to bury you in work like I haven't done, right? Some of the videos take quite a while, but I think a lot of it's kind of fun for some people anyway. It is for me. So I'm going to keep providing you guys with those learning opportunities so we can keep to develop. We're also going to keep doing it with an eye towards what you're going to be doing next year at the same exact time, right? And then I'm going to see if I can come up with a way that I can give you guys the paper 4 that goes along with that paper 2, and we'll just take it on our own, and you'll have to send it to me as a PDF or something. I don't know, that might be an issue. Anyway, I'll have to figure out a way that you guys can demonstrate the other half of your development so that I can give you the benefit of the doubt. So that's where we're at. Yeah, Dida, 1 point away. You and quite a few others. Quite a few of you guys were 1 point away. Let me look at period 7 real quick. See where they are. Let's see. Oh, that's right. I remember a couple of you guys just destroyed that thing, like almost 100. Yeah, there's quite a few. Like there's a student here though that got a 6.9. And oh man, that's so close. That's so close to getting a passing score. A 7, a C would be a passing score. So quite a few of you guys got almost that kind of score. And there's quite a few of you guys that are core students though that I have not heard from that are on the cusp. And also as far as just semester grades, there's some people that have D's. There's a couple people that even have an F. That as far as your transcript grades for your official transcripts from this high school, I want to give you guys the opportunities to bring your grade up, but I got to figure out how that's going to happen. So hopefully we hear about that tomorrow. Okay, so there's 2 issues here. The Cambridge, we're not taking the test this year. I'm going to predict your grade. I've got to come up with some ways that I can justify giving you the benefit of the doubt. On your end, you just stay participating. I know it's dejecting. You might not feel like it. It's disheartening, but hey, let's just do it right anyway, because that's what got us this far. That's the reason why you guys have been as close as you are to getting wherever you want to be, because you have been doing it right, especially this year. So let's just do it right. I'll come up with a way that I can justify whatever grade I predict that you were going to get based on how you've done and where I think you're headed. That's one issue. The other issue are class grades for your official transcripts. We're going to have a meeting about that tomorrow, and I will give you an update. Excuse me. I'll give you an update on that in the afternoon. Okay? If you, I don't know, reach out. You got a problem, you can start a conversation in the Google Classroom. You can send me an email, and I would be very happy to do something over the Google Hangouts with you guys, like on a small group basis, like maybe 3 or 4 of you at a time. We can go over that. Oh, Ruben, you'll never let me down. I know you guys aren't let downs at all. You guys, I've told you guys since day 1 of last year, and I know I joke about, like, oh, you're my favorite student and all that kind of stuff. But you can ask the classes before, and you can ask the current freshmen. This is very sincere. I really think highly of how you guys can do in math. I think highly of you guys as people. And how you can do it math doesn't change how I think of you as a person. So, like, you can have a person that really struggles at math and they're not very good at math. That doesn't change my evaluation of them on a personal level. How they conduct themselves, how they treat others, all those kinds of things are how I think of them on a personal level. And I think very highly of you guys on a personal level. You're very helpful, and I enjoy being around you. I enjoy your sense of humor, your personalities, your work ethic, all that kind of stuff. And that's very true. But the thing that you guys stand out in my mind with has been since day 1 of last year is you guys are really good at math. I know that you struggled. It's been up and down. And some of you guys are like, oh, you can't be talking about me. You must be talking about so-and-so. It's not true. As a whole, you guys are just really, really good students. You're good at math. You really help each other. Those of you who struggle, you get the help you need. You're resilient. You're receptive. The people that are good at helping, even though sometimes they sometimes get frustrated because, I don't know, when somebody's always asking for help, after a while, sometimes it's like, but they never show. They always just are very willing and helpful because they know that you might need help in math this time from them, but they're going to need help with something else from you. And also, you just need help, so it's no big deal. So you guys are very generous and caring, and you're amazing young people. And so it's partly, well, not even partly, it's hugely disappointing that we don't get to take the test because of that. Because I know you guys would have killed it. Without a doubt, I know you would have killed it. But just like you can't control what score you would get, you can only prepare and do your best. You can't control this either. You can just take care of what's on your end. We've done that well. I don't expect that anything else will happen this way, from here forward. We'll continue to do our best. I'll continue trying to help you guys and providing you with whatever you need. And, we'll move forward from this. So, really disappointing news. It's, it is the news we have. So tomorrow, 10 o'clock though, we're going to go over this in the morning. 10 o'clock. We'll be there. We'll be all right. Okay? So, hi, Manuel Garcia Vega. I'm still not exactly sure who you are. You should tell me. You're welcome to hang out whenever you want. But so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. I'll work on trying to figure out how I can get some more data to justify your progress. So like those of you who are on the cusp of one grade or another, I can give you that other grade to Cambridge. In class is a different thing. We'll get that information from the administrative team tomorrow. And I'll let you know what happens with that, okay? So, anyway, that's what I know. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a good night.